All right, let's move on. HubSpot marketing feature of the week. We're going to talk about the buyer intent tool, Ian. But here's the question. Is this actually AI? Or is it just that it's one of our favorite tools?
Well, there are AI parts in it, Craig, and so that's why we're talking about it. And
That's
so when we
right.
talk about marketing, I think this is one of the big things. So take it away. Well, tell me, why do we love it so much?
Yeah, well, we do love it. And there is AI, to be fair. And there's the new signals tab. But what is it, first of all, for those who haven't used it? And lots of people haven't used it. Really get onto this one, I think, especially marketers, but sales reps actually love it as well. What does it do? It just tells you which companies are visiting your website. So, not the contacts, it's at the company level, and you'll get this list. Oh, these companies visited your website and they had 3 visits and this many page views. You're like, okay, wow. That's actually really useful, but it gets better because you can filter it based on things like intent. Just show me the companies that had certain characteristics. They're located here or this industry, etc. They use this technology. That's a good one. What about topics they might be researching or, well, the pages they visited? Did they visit the pricing page? Instead of, say, the careers page? That'll very quickly show you intent, and you can look in time frames and whether they're already in your poll, etc. So this, I think, is one of the best tools that HubSpot released this year. I'm telling all our clients to use it, and when they see it, they love it, especially when they can say, oh, the intent pricing page, show me anyone that's visited the pricing page. Now, there is a research bit as well. You can kind of research and filter down from all HubSpot's database or data set of companies as well. But the real, I think, AI part of it is around signals. And this is a new tab that's appeared in the buyer intent tool, which basically provides signals about a company. So, do you want to talk through this a little, Ian?
Yeah, so one of the things, what is amazing is that there are constantly new things rolling out for intent signals. And so you'll see, they've nicely labeled it in here, Craig, so you can see what signals there are. And so let me just talk about some of them. There's signals around executive hiring, funding, geographic expansion, growth metrics. Layoffs is a good one. Leadership content, mergers and acquisitions, product launches, strategic partnerships, technology, investment. And then you've obviously got research intent, and so visitor intent, job intent, and then there's stuff to do with email bounces. But there are a lot of intent signals, and this keeps getting bigger by the month, I feel, as there's more intent signals. And I think this is the thing that we have to be aware, that there is so much data out there that they're able to do these kinds of things and utilize it to do things better. So just be aware of that. So I would be checking your intent signals on a weekly or fortnightly basis to see, is there something new? And as I have discovered with some of the things, as you start to track some of these things using AI and consuming your credits, there are some intent signals you might have turned on at the start. You might want to switch those off as you continue on your path to understand exactly what is important to you. Now, a lot of us with B2B, we're not probably looking for people with funding, depending on the sectors we're in. So we might turn that off because we're not into that. So might need to figure out what's working for you and what's important before you track them.
Yeah, so with this signals tab, you basically select which companies you want to be alerted to some of these signal changes. And yeah, I think often people want, oh, tell me if there's job changes happening. Now, I don't know where they get it, Ian. Maybe they're crawling LinkedIn or other tools. But I can see why this has a lot of potential. I will say, though, I think your mileage may vary. I think it's a lot stronger for US companies than in Australia.
Yep.
And also, I've found that even things like just company news or financial, general meetings and announcements aren't actually picked up often by this signals tool. So I can see the potentials there, but it has been hit and miss. And I know that also because some of the very companies that I'm tracking with signals, and it's giving me, no signals detected, some of those that when I do run them through Company Research Agent, it will pull back details. Oh, we found this about the company, or it did release this annual report, or there has been this. So there must be different AI tools or different data sets or things sources that it's looking at. So just be mindful of that. Your mileage may vary. and
Craig.
but I can see where it's headed.
Get this. I've just, while we're recording, I have just in the assistant, I've said, where does HubSpot get this data from, right?
Yeah.
With intent and intent
what
signals.
yeah.
It says HubSpot's global intent ecosystem, research intent. HubSpot has a proprietary network of 200,000 plus websites that have the HubSpot tracking code installed and have opted in to share intent data.
Wow.
There you go. When an anonymous IP visits any site in their ecosystem, HubSpot identifies the visiting IP as a company using reverse IP, matches the visit with one or more research topics on the website, and that's what powers the research intent.
Right. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Wonder what powers their job changes though. They've got to be looking at
So that could be
LinkedIn,
interesting.
I
And I
think.
guess that's possibly from other, like you discussed, from LinkedIn, etc. Because, okay, so on a company, on a contact record, it will pull the URL, the LinkedIn URL, when it's doing enrichment. So it'll have that. So it'll notice something obviously changing that must be signaling that happening. So
Nice.
Yeah.